Hey y'all, it's Melissa. Welcome to Messy Missy Creates. I'm going to continue in my journal and hopefully I do better this time than I did the last two pages. They turned out okay, but I felt like I was a scattered mess. So these days, and I think I have everything pretty much laid out, so hopefully it won't be too bad. Well, no, it was right side up. This day should be pretty simple, of course. You know, I think that, and then it turns out not to be. So, let's see. I think I'm going to use... I have this image. We fished in a tournament this day. And I think I'm going to use this image. And I wanted something at the top that wasn't... I think I will use that. Just to have a little... to hide that white space. Well, I'm struggling with my cutter there. I could do that up here and then nope. I'm just gonna mark where I wanted it. I think right about here. So how are y'all doing? Hopefully you're doing well. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger because it's going to flip out and this is going to be glued to the page. So let me cut this real quick. This was just a piece of kind of fall color. It has that little bit of that turquoise in it. So I know I'm off screen, but I'm just cutting this piece of paper real quick. Whoop, or not so quick. And there we go. Let me set that down before it falls down. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this on this fish image. Get that on there. And then I'm going to tip in that other piece. And yeah, so just trying to catch up in my journal. I got a little discombobulated with the last two pages. I don't know. I don't know. I keep blaming it on the capsule, but maybe I'm just discombobulated. We all have those days, I guess. And, you know, it happens, right? So, that on there, like that. And then, let me go ahead while I have the glue paper and the glue stick out. I'm going to go ahead and glue this on. And that way I'm not chasing it all around the desk. So that will be a permanent fixture. And so will this. And then we can do all of our tipping in stuff. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Come back. Tuck that under a little bit. So this is Saturday the 12th. If you couldn't tell that. Okay. So I have this little thing and then I have this thing right here. And I did overlap it a little bit when I went back and made it bigger. Now, I realize it's going to run off the page that way a little bit. That's why I'm tipping it in here. And I'm okay if it sticks over the page a little bit. And this thing right here was a arts and crafts festival that I would have liked to have gone to. But I couldn't because we were fishing in a tournament. This is the church that saves the books for me, the magazines. And, yeah. So I'm tempted to use this rainbow washi. It's not fall related, but it does have these colors in it. One of my fall options here. These are my fall options. I have this and I really like it. I was thinking something with the turquoise in it. That is green leaves, but that almost could pass as turquoise, couldn't it? I don't know. I'm going to stick with what I have. It was a really pretty day. We fished, and we didn't catch much, but that's okay. We still had a good time, and we caught some. They were just small, so, you know, as far as tournament weighing them in and all that, they don't add up to much when they're all little. But it was the first tournament of our current season, so that was not straight at all, but that's okay. So I have this, and I can write here and I can write here, and I have not, this is where I get hung up, I have not looked in my capsule. So let me do that before, I kind of have already done it a little bit. I pulled this and this and this. So I was thinking of putting this right here because I like it. And I don't have anything else, I don't think, that has to go on this page. I was like, did I already lose something? Oh, I do have a football and this that can go on here. And Bama beat South Carolina on this day, if my memory serves me right and my notes are accurate. So I could even put that on there, and a little football. I don't have to have both, but I have them and I might as well use them. In my capsule, I do have that football paper, and I could use it and actually use something out of my capsule. But I already had these out from when I was digging in my little basket in the last video. So I figured I might as well use them. And I like that on there. It works. Let me scoot it in a little bit, because I think what I'm going to do, I thought about using this border. This is the closest that I have come to thinking that this border matches any of my pages. However, this was in my capsule, and this was in my capsule. And I'm thinking I'm going to make a little tab right here. So if I fold it, I'll make a little tab like that. And again, this is what I was saying in the last video. I think that's one of the reasons this capsule is throwing me off, is because I use something from the capsule, but there's still something in the capsule. You know, there's still a piece of it in the capsule. So that's kind of throwing me off a little bit. And that's okay. I'm not, if I don't use everything in this capsule, it's okay. I'm okay with that. I know that my goal was to use, for this capsule in August, no, it's October, not August. For October and November, my goal was to use up most of this fall paper and stickers. So I know that there's no way I can use, oh, that is so crooked. So crooked. Let me see. Oh no. Okay. Well, I already did it now. I done did it. Let's see if I can undo it. I might have been better off stapling it. Okay. That looks okay from here anyway. So, there's that. Hopefully okay. I was like, hopefully I didn't glue it to like this page. Make sure that's going to stick. I might have to add a staple in it anyway. Okay, so that was from the capsule. And then if I put this right here and this right here, it still leaves me room if I wanted to put something else here, but I don't have to. There, I like that. So that was in the capsule and this was. So I'm going to tip this in right here. Or, no, that won't work. I was going to say I could put this down here and glue it like right here and here as a tuck spot. But I think that's going to, that might actually work. No, I'm just going to put it up here. It's all good. Tip that there. I don't think it will run into here. I think I'm okay putting the tape right here. You know, because the other one I tipped in from the center so that it didn't bind up in my spine, in the crease there. So, okay, I did the rainbows facing that way on that page, so I guess I'll do them that way again. Let me see if I can do it this way and get it straight. sort of straight. Sort of, kind of. So how's your journaling coming along? I am going to be out of town. Oh, okay, I did run that pretty close. Okay, there we go. Well, it's still, if I have to cut that off, yeah, it is going to bind up. Dang, okay. See if I can move it up just a hair more. If I keep doing this, it's not going to be sticky at all. Okay, that's a little bit better. I can trim here if I need to. It helps. It would help if that was straight. Even though I did it the way I did it so that it would be straight, it still wasn't straight. Well, that's not straight either. Okay, that's a little bit better, maybe. It's good enough. It is good enough. Good enough. And like I said, I can trim up this if I need to, if it gets caught up in there. Because it probably will. So let's just go ahead and trim that a little bit. We don't have to have that whole thing. I just put it in there because it, oh, that's awful too. I put it there because it, even though I didn't go, just to remind myself when it was, and because it makes a cute fall decoration, right? So, and then this can go here. There. Be the best version of you. I think that's always sound advice, huh? Oh, that's going to drive me nuts. Nuts, I tell you, nuts. This might have been the smarter way to do it. Like this. Okay, we're gonna stop before I get frustrated with it. But anyway, oh, I didn't glue that down. Duh. Getting ahead of myself here. So, I didn't get as many pages caught up in the last video as I wanted. So I thought I would just pick up where I left off and see how far I can get. Trying to get a little bit caught up because I know that I'm going out of town. And I know that even though I'm going to take my stuff with me, I don't know how much I will actually know. Well, how did I say I was going to do that? Nope. Like this maybe? Do we like that? No. Okay, that'll work. I'm just trying to get a little bit more caught up before I have to go out of town. Well, we won't have to go out of town, but we're going out of town. Okay, so that's kind of my rush. So this day, Sunday the 13th, and I'm setting that there for now. We did... well, I did this, did a Walmart delivery, and it was slated to come, I think, between 7 and 9. Lady got lost. I mean, I live, I don't know, maybe a mile and a half, mile and a quarter, maybe, from the Walmart. And she, anyway, it's like one road. You just had to go on one road. You don't even have to turn except in my driveway. And I could see her on the little tracking thing. She turned the wrong way going out, leaving Walmart. And I'm like, I'm just watching her. I'm waiting for her to call and figure it out. And sure enough, she did eventually. And then I told her, and she acted like she knew where it was. And then she still got lost again. So I guess I just took a random picture of one of the chicks. So, that is Sable. And let's see. It says the squirrels must be expecting a cold winter. They're gathering more nuts than usual. Yesterday, my sister disappeared. Oh, and I thought that was funny. Okay. I've got some clip art here that I need to cut. And then, because my husband ran, you know, we finished the coop a while back, and then we were so exhausted after we finished the coop, we didn't even clean up our mess. I mean, we closed the paint lids, and he got what tools he needed to get put up, and then that was it. So we worked on cleaning up the area like the weekend before, or whatever day that was. And anyway, so we still had like the fan and some other stuff running off of a long extension cord. Well, we need to take those cords with us when we go out of town. And you're like, why do you need extension cords on a trip? Well, because we're taking the boat, because we're going to a lake, and you have to plug in the boat at night to recharge the batteries. So that's the simple explanation. So he's like, those are my boat cords. And I said, oh, okay. So anyway, that lit a fire under him to, I forgot this one, to get the electrical run, which it was already run to the building. He just had to run it, you know, jump it across to that part of the shed. And he ran the conduit and everything, and put in a couple receptacles, put in switches for lights, an overhead light over my work table that out right outside of the coop. And then he installed a fan in the coop rather than just using the box fan for when it's hot and we have a fan running on them. Yes, our chickens are spoiled. Yes, I know that. So my friend had to remind me of that today when she came over, so that she could get feeding instructions for them while we're gone. I did order. Did I order? It says I ordered Sam's. Walmart delivery and Sam's. Anyway, so that's not a problem. I have a Sam's thing right here. I don't think we went to Sam's. I must have ordered some Sam's stuff to have it delivered. Yes, I did. Yeah. I ordered the delivery. Yes. Okay. It's all good. It is all good. This, however, was Walmart. And I have that too. So we were anyway, I've been using I paid for the Walmart Plus. I might as well use it. And it is just, for me to go into Walmart is just really hard. I have done it one time, and it like wrecks my whole day because it just absolutely exhausts me. And so there's that and that and that and this. So how do I want to lay them on the page? And then I've got to figure out what to use out of this capsule. So yeah, this has kind of been a challenge for me this month. I keep looking at this going, can I use any of this? And the answer is, well, I don't really know. because nothing really applies. I mean, I could do just smile. I could do, I don't know. I keep looking at it thinking I'm going to put something on the page, and I don't. So let's fumble for, we'll give ourselves 2 minutes to fumble in this thing. And let's see. Oh, I was going to use, I could use this. That would match. That does not go with that. Oh, tell me I did not lose stuff already. I did. I lost stuff. It had to have gone underneath. Well, welcome to my world. All right, so maybe I use that because it matches. It matches the blue and the orange, and you know. And then perhaps I could use this here. I don't know what I'm going to do with this side yet, but that is not, I think that would go. I could make that work. So that's cute on there. And then we have this up here. And then, I really did, y'all. I lost it. I'm like, I did it again. Okay, it's, oh, I drug it off with the capsule. Okay. Thank you. I heard you. I did. I heard you this time. You're like, the capsule. Look under the capsule. So I could even put that on there. I don't know that I'm going to be able to use both because I don't know that I need both. But I'm thinking, could you smell the smoke? You know, from my brain, all the little, isn't that what they say? So we've got this here, this here. I could put this on here. And I could put, no, that here, this here. And then I have journaling space here and journaling space under here. Cute, 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 cute. Okay, I can live with that. And then I could even do this. That would not hurt my feelings at all. What do we think of that? I think I better glue it down before I change my mind. That's what I think. Don't you agree? I think so too. All right, let's start with the day and date. That's always an easy place to start. Always a good place to start. There. And here. And then I think I will put this right here. It's just funny, right? Just a little meme. And it can go, I'm going to tuck it right up, well, I was going to tuck it right up underneath that little pumpkin right there. There we go. There. Okay. And now I'm going to glue this on. So in order to, now that that's glued down, so in order to do that, I need to put glue on here. So I'm going to use my art glitter glue for that. And I don't want to accidentally glue, let's see. I'm afraid to put it too close to that, the note thingy in there. That makes sense. You know, the note thingy. You know, the note thingy. We'll try to pull it out just a little bit so that we give ourselves just a smidge more room. And look, that looks so cute over there. It's so cute. And I'll put her front and center. And then I'm going to glue, whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm going to play bowling glue. I'll close my glue stick before I get glue everywhere. I'm going to glue this on. Oop, there is a mosquito in here. I just saw it flying around my head. Okay. Make sure there's no glue exposed over here. Okay. All right. So far, so good. Yay. We're getting there. We are getting there. So that can go like that. This can go like this. And then how did I have this? Like this. Okay. I'm going to glue this on first. All right, so far so good. So I've used 2 things out of the capsule, and I'm feeling pretty good about that. Debating on whether I want to put some washi down the middle. Just a random thought. Tie in that orange just a little bit more. I'm looking to see if there's any other. I could use those sunflowers. I like this orange. We haven't used these leaves much, so let's see how those look. Yeah, they look pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. Just to give it a little color down the center. And just because I have it right here, handy. Okay, so I'm going to glue this one up here. Like that. I guess it's attracted to the lights. I see it flying all around me. Okay. And then anyway, so she got lost. She didn't get here until 9:30. I don't know if I already said that or not. But yeah, it was 9:30 at night, almost 9:45 when she finally got here with our groceries. And I'm like, okay, I had cold stuff and, you know. And then it was missing 2 things. So I'm like, whatever. And then I'm going to put this in. I cannot hold on to that glue stick. I am really struggling with this. So anyway, back to the leaving town. I'm going to try to have some videos for you while I'm gone. And again, trying to get caught up a little bit. And, you know, before I go. Okay, moving on. I had to stop for a minute because my niece and husband came back, and they were picking up some wood so that we could replace our garden beds. So anyway, they got home, and so we got busy with dinner and all that fun stuff. So next page, we did, let's see, we did the 12th, we did the 13th, and I think we have time to do the 14th. We're doing pretty good on time. So, this is the day that Sam's was delivered. I might can put this over here. I'm going to probably put this on this side, or I might put it down here. That might work. And then I have this. If I save this for my writing space, let me think. What else do I have to put on here? Oh, I did my nails. I had gotten gel kit, the powder gel. Anyway, because a couple of my nails were broken and painting them wasn't cutting it, so I was looking for a repair kit, and I kept coming across all these gel sets. And finally, when I couldn't find what I was looking for, I said, well, I'll try it and see what I think. And I like it. They're lasting. The first time I did it, they lasted about a week or two. No, not quite 2 weeks. I took them off after about a week, or a little over a week. Anyway, so I'm thinking about putting that there. I can put this here. I still see enough of this paper because I like it. I'm not gluing anything down yet because you know the drill. Oh, you know what I forgot? Oh, yep. Okay, now I just wrecked that page. Okay, so I was forgetting Allison's, I was forgetting to talk about it. I didn't forget it. This Allison's Item of the Month challenge for this month is ephemera. So like this piece right here, we got it out of the capsule, but I consider it to be ephemera. And this one, I would consider this piece to be ephemera. I know ephemera is a wide, has a wide description. So, but it's something that, I didn't have anything from my day necessarily to put in here. If I, that would be my first choice for ephemera, but or like those ephemera packs and things like that. Now I could go back. Well, I'm messing this up again. I could go back and put a sticker on here. I haven't used my chicken stickers in a while. I could put a chicken sticker. That would technically be ephemera. It's a sticker, but I don't know. Ephemera has such a wide definition or description. So anyway, let me work on this page, and if we find something that we want to add to the other pages, then we'll do that. But we're doing pretty good on time, so let me keep moving forward. The other thing is I have Lydia's prompt week. Now, she did it the week before this, but I'm attempting to do it this week. I may even have to spread out the days. I know Allison does hers just, maybe not in the same week. I don't know. I'm going to try to do this one on this page. If not, then I'll bump it back a week again. So, but this is Lydia at February and June. She does prompt week. And this one says, if today was a chapter in the book, what would the chapter title be? Well, I don't read for pleasure necessarily. I'm just not, I can read. Obviously, I can read, but it's not something that I enjoy doing. So I don't have a lot to go on as far as recalling chapters and books, things like that. I am going to go ahead and glue this down here. And guess what I did last night? I left, when I stopped the video, I did not cover either of my glues. My glue stick or my art glitter glue. So this one is, and this was a brand new stick. And it is dry. Oh my goodness, it's dry. I'm going to see if I can get it to work through that dry patch, the top crusty part. Well, it's not crusty, it's gooey. But anyway, I have a funny story on a chapter of a book, if you want to hear it. It's a little crude, but it's a joke between my siblings and I. And it is a really funny story. And it's the only name of a chapter of a book I can think of. So if you're up for it, it has a little bit of TMI in it, but if you're up for it, then I'm down to tell you. So, hold on. I need to pick out something from my capsule while I talk. That's glued down. What would I want? Oh, you know what? Let's see. Okay, let's fumble through the capsule. Okay, so one time, and this has been years and years ago. My mom's been gone for 10 years. And this was when she, a while before she passed away. So she was in the hospital, and one of our hospitals is across the street from a mall and from a restaurant. And so my two of my sisters and I had been up visiting my mom. And see, I did it again. I drug everything off my page. I gotta quit doing that. I was trying to see if... No, that covers up too much of that. Anyway, we had gone across the street and gotten lunch and then came back. And we were... we stopped in the restroom downstairs, you know, when we first entered the hospital. And then we were heading back up to Mom's room. And so we went in and... my oldest sister and the sister that's next, she's just a little bit, well, no, she's 7 years older than me, but anyway, two of my older sisters. And so my oldest sister and I had seen, we had walked in together, but we had seen this other lady coming in, and my second sister did not see that there was anybody else in the restroom with us. So, yeah. Anyhow, I'm gonna hold that for safekeeping just in case I decide to use it. So all of a sudden we're in the bathroom and we hear, you know, and that was the TMI part. So if you got past that, you can listen to the rest of the story. So anyhow, my, the sister that didn't see somebody else coming in assumed it was one of us, and she yells out, "There she blows!" And my other sister, my oldest sister, and I, we knew that there was somebody else in the bathroom, and we knew it had to be her. And so we both at the same time just got very quiet and lifted our feet. Okay, women, you know, my husband thinks that's so funny that women lift their feet in the bathroom. I'm like, well, yeah, because you don't want people to be able to identify your shoes, right? I mean, are you with me? So anyway, he just thinks that's hilarious. And yeah, so my sister, she's not knowing that there's still some, you know, she still doesn't know there's somebody else in the bathroom with us. And so she's just carrying on. And she's like, I don't remember what all she said about it, but she just went on and on and on about the fact that one of us blew, or she thought we did. And so she's just going on, and we're not saying a word because we knew it was the other lady, and we did not want to be identified by our shoes when we had to walk out of that bathroom. And she's like, "Why aren't y'all talking to me? Where'd y'all go? Where'd y'all go?" We finished our business and we hightailed it out of that bathroom. And across the hallway from the bathroom was the little gift shop. And so we very quickly ran across the gift shop, acted like we were shopping, and never were in that bathroom, right? So, anyway, my sister comes out of the bathroom, still unaware that there was another lady in the bathroom. And she comes up, she's like, "Why'd y'all leave me? Yeah, somebody needs to buy some Tums or something." Anyway. And just carrying on. And we were like, "We don't know what you're talking about." So, anyway, we were not having any part of this conversation. I thought the purple would match that, and it does. And I could use that as a flip out. It almost matches too well. And there's no other purple on this page, but that still has potential. And I could put that on there. I don't really want to. Let me cut this little border out. Anyway, so the sister and I that ran out of the bathroom are cracking up. I mean, we're laughing so much. And we finally told her that there was somebody else in that bathroom. And she's like, "I can't believe y'all let me just carry on like that. No. And we're like, we weren't saying a word. We just lifted our feet so nobody can identify our shoes. And we were out of there as fast as we could get out without that other lady seeing us and to be able to identify us later. It was so funny. And it was one of those things you may have had to be there, but it was absolutely hilarious. So, yeah. So I always joked about the fact, because I always talked about writing a book one day. And I said my first chapter is going to be titled, There She Blows. And so every time I say that, my sisters and I just get into this little giggle fest. And it's just, you know, it's just one of those things that's funny after the fact. And, okay, so I have that. And that would work. I almost would like to save that for a day that I need a tuck. This is would just be decorative at this point. Like a very large tab or something. Just, you know, trying to use stuff from my capsule and trying to put some ephemera on here. Anyway, it was so funny, and I hope that y'all got a giggle out of it and don't think it's, you know, too terribly TMI or overshare or whatever, but we just were laughing so hard and just could not stop. Here's one of those purple frames. That would be ephemera. And I could write, There She Blows right there. If I can fit that on there. I think I can. And then I can use this to write about the rest of the day. And I don't have to use this over here, but I certainly could if I wanted to. Now, I could put it on here and let the wavy part hang off. Or I could just leave it off altogether. I do have other stuff that's not in my capsule that would be an appropriate border, like all these little strips. That might be fun. It'll be fun, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Let me dig through here real quick. I mean, and you know, I've got all this other... Let me check this, although that one piece was in the capsule, and that's why I was using it. Or, here's a purple. Yeah. Let's see. If I could put this on here and then flip this out. That looks yellowed a little bit. I could flip this out. I would flip it this way and then flip it out. And then that gives me plenty of journaling space. And then I'd have this here, and then I still could use, that leaves nothing on here out of my, this was not in my capsule. This was. This was not. Or I could do this right here, because this has the purple and the orange in it. This was not in my capsule either. And I could tip this in, or I could just make a pocket over here and give myself plenty of room to write like that. And then I could still use this. Let's see. So this would be half of that. Okay. So this would be over here. And I would put, really wouldn't want to put that on there because that covers up that whole piece of paper. Oh, I could put it on, yeah. I'm going to put this up. I'm not going to use it. I may just use this right here. Would put that on like this. I could still tip that in so I could write about that. I don't know that I would need to do that, but could put that up here. I could put this on, let's see, now, where is my October notepad that I keep trying to use and not successfully, I might add. Well, it's probably in this whole pile of stuff I just pulled out. I'm going to keep that out. Okay. And you know, it's not Halloween, but I certainly could use that. I think I'm going to save that one for Halloween because I have not made another Halloween. I'm over here putting stuff back in my capsule. So I have this on this day. I'm still going to put that on there. And now I can't find what I did with the October. I just had it yesterday. You know, the notepad that says October that I keep saying is too long for everything, you know, to use. Let me see if it's in my current journal stuff. I got a weather report. Everything just kind of gets thrown in here. Everything that I'm kind of working on, and okay, it wouldn't be this far under. Nope. Okay. Well, it's kind of par for the course. I have my September one. I was looking to see if it fell on the ground. I have September. I have I have, this has purple in it, and I could use this in here. Oh, I was thinking it had orange in it. I could use this one. Doesn't really have orange, but it has purple. I guess that part doesn't matter so much, other than I needed it so that I could glue this onto it. I could always come back and add it later. Cannot believe I lost that. I misplaced it. That's all. I just misplaced it. I could add some rickrack to this side. I'm trying to bring this orange over here, if you can't tell. All right, let me start gluing some stuff on. That would definitely work. Or I could use some washi. Okay, so I like this, so let me glue this up here. I'm going to put that there regardless. So, I don't know where it would have it. Oh, it's right here in front of me. Right here in front of me. Because it's still awfully tall, but it would work. Okay, so before I lose anything else, let me glue some stuff down. I'm going to glue this onto here. Hope that I don't rip this magazine image with this very gummy glue stick. I don't know that it will ever recover. I'm wondering if I ran it under some water. Do you think that would help? Have you ever done that? It's getting to the darker part. It's not as, like, white. It had that kind of white hazed over look to the top of it. Okay, I'm going to cut this down. That was not in my capsule either, but okay, let me recap that before I mess up. I'm going to glue this down as a pocket. I hope this is not clogged up. There we go. But, oh, I gotta hurry too. I'm running out of time. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that story. I hope you got a giggle out of it, because I know we have laughed. I mean, that was probably 20 years ago, and we still laugh about that. And it's just one of those things that just makes us giggle. So we still talk about it. Let me see if that fits now. It sticks out the top a little bit, but I think it'll be all right. And so I can glue. I don't like that, but if I knew I was putting it on this little notepad, I would have done it would have done it smaller. And I could just use that. I'm just going to stick this in the pocket for now. And then maybe I'll find a shorter. I just want to use up my notepads that have the months on them. I'm going to glue this down. I think I'm going to glue. I'm not going to do this as a tip in. I don't think I'll need it now that I have the pocket. So I'm going to glue. What did I have down first? This one or this one? I think I had it overlap like that. Like this. So I'll glue this down first. Anyway. But it's just one of those funny stories that we talk about at family functions. And, you know, outsiders think we're crazy. And it's okay. Because, you know, our mom was in the hospital a lot. And, you know, she had a lot of health issues. And it just, you know, sometimes you just deal with stuff with humor. And so that's how we dealt with that. And, you know, it's certainly more appropriate conversation among siblings than it is probably with my viewing audience. But it's okay. I just thought I'd share it. I did give you a TMI warning. But it wasn't that bad, I don't think. Okay, that's on. I don't like, that one's like too straight. That one's not crooked enough. Something's not quite right, but I'll see if I can, well, I can't fix it because that's glued on there. But I may just put this over here. I don't like it here. But anyway, okay, so putting the capsule up, unless there's another sticker or something. I did think about, I thought about that rickrack. I thought about where'd that little piece of border go. I think I put it up. That little piece of border there I don't think would look good now that I've got this on here. And I'm not sure that this would either. But I can certainly try it. See what we think. I have wide rickrack in some colors. I don't think I have it in the orange. Oh, and I did find my fabric scissors. Guess where they were? In my drawer where they're supposed to be. So, what do you know, right? They were right where they were supposed to be. Look how much easier that was. So, my Tim Holtz scissors are paper scissors, and they're like black or gray or whatever. My, oh, I haven't glued that down yet. My fabric scissors are white, so they're easy to tell apart. So I'm going to get my Fabri-Tac out, and this has a lot of goo on the nozzle, so there we go. Much better. Much is better, much is better. I think I have told you before, but I'll say it again for anybody new that didn't hear it before. I definitely like the smaller bottle of Fabri-Tac better. I don't normally buy the small. I usually buy the bigger bottle. But the smaller one has a little bit smaller nozzle. And it doesn't fountain out of the top. It doesn't ooze out of the top when you get done with it. Because the bigger bottle, you've got to like cap it really quick before it's like a fountain. It just flows out of the top on its own. And so this one doesn't do that. So I think from now on, I'm going to buy the bigger bottle and refill this smaller one. The bigger one is a little bit more economical, at least where I get it. But it's not, you know, it's not, well, I could do that. Does that look bad? I have this. I think I want something that doesn't hide everything. Something like more this size. Not this in particular, but that's ephemera from another. That's ephemera from yesterday because I got my order. Or I can put this, again, I can put this over here. I have writing room over here and I want to use it. So let's find a tag really quick. Pockets, tucks, and tags. So finding a tag that is going to match this page with all the polka dots might be a little difficult, but we're going to see what we find. Oh, here's just white wood. I haven't even decorated this one yet. This one doesn't look bad. It doesn't really have the orange in it, but it doesn't look bad. It has the blue and teal, and it has that kind of reddish color. So this one doesn't look bad. I actually have one that is, let's see what else we have. Have that one. I don't need that one. That one I like this one a lot. This one's one of my favorites. I did this one in the last video. It has a little pocket on the front. So it's a tag within a tag. And so is this one. Do I use my chicken tag? No. Oh, I could have used the chicken tag on the day before. When we did the chicken coop. I forgot about that. That one's a tall tag. Ooh, that's gotten something on it. I don't think this one would match very well. It's not horrible, but it's not fabulous. It's not fabulous. Let me see. This one I haven't stuck on the tabs yet. I was doing that in the last video and then I stopped. Now it's a little bigger than I want. So this one would work. And I could just staple that or glue it. What I want both sides. Ooh, this one's fraying really bad. Cut some of those woolly buggers off of. Oh, these scissors are so ugh. Oh, great. Okay. Well, look what we did. We did a good job. We raveled a piece of fabric. No, I think I probably would just do a little loop. Because I'm trying to keep it kind of low profile there. So, would I staple or would I glue? Should I stay or should I go? Should I staple or should I glue? Let's staple. Oop. And then I think I have to go because I think we've been on here for almost an hour. Ooh, that was not straight. That was very crooked. Very crooked. Let's see. Okay, it's still very crooked. Oh, I didn't even get that one on that one. Oh, bugger. Yoga bugger. Okay, that looks awful, but we're using it. I can find something to put on there. I can put one of these little leaf die cuts that I got in Happy Mail. Put a little acorn. That's kind of cute. Put a little apple. Green leaf. How about this one? It's kind of big. Yeah, kind of big. I could have actually just done that as... I could have just done... Oh, that would have looked better. Yeah. Do I have time? No, I've got to go. But I have my handy dandy staple remover. I need the Tiny Tim. I got the Tiny Tim stapler, but I don't have the Tiny Tim remover. I need to probably think about getting that, although this one's working. But since I did that one so horribly crooked, let me just glue this on like this. And because I really do like this. I like it. Ah, I have little staples everywhere. Okay. This was in my capsule. I got these out of Unhappy Mail from Hope. So since I have the fabric tack handy right here, I'm just going to glue a little bit like this. And there. And that'll be the tab. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Well, we can let it dry first. That would probably be a good thing. Yeah, let it dry before you pull on it. That would be advisable. So, all right. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this. We got, I'll have to deal with those later. I'm not crazy about how lined up those are, but maybe once I get the writing on here, it'll be okay. But we got 3 pages done. Looky there. Not liking this harsh edge of this, but I don't really know if I can fix it. I could put some ribbon across here maybe or something, but I might go back and address that later. I don't know. Anyway, it's all good though. So, all right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and I appreciate you being here and spending your time with me. And I appreciate all your kind comments and all your support. And I hope that you have a fabulous rest of your day. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.